Welcome back to Standard 7 Biology class. In the previous class, we have mainly discussed about different types of plant tissues. Today, you will learn about animal tissues. Like plants, animals are also made up of different types of cells. When a group of similar cells perform a particular function in an animal, it is referred to as tissue. Animal cells with the same structure and function are grouped together to form the animal tissues. Animal tissues can be classified into four main groups according to the structure and function of the cells. So the four main types of animal tissues are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. So let's discuss each type of animal tissue in detail. So first let's discuss about epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues are made up of closely packed cells with no intercellular spaces. The cells are of different shapes depending upon their location and function. They may be flat, cuboidal or columnar. The epithelial tissues covers the entire body of the animal and covers the internal organs. This tissue protects the underlying cells from drying, injury and infection. They are present on the outer surface of skin and line the internal organs like esophagus, stomach, intestine, heart, etc. Epithelial tissues can be present in a single layer or in multiple layers of cells throughout the body. If the epithelial tissues are present in a single layer, it is called simple epithelium. And if the epithelial tissues are present in many layers, it is called stratified epithelium. Besides protection, the other functions of epithelial tissues include absorption, secretion of substances, and sensory reception. On the basis of the shape of the cell, the epithelial tissues is classified into four types. They are squamous epithelium, ciliated epithelium, columnar epithelium, and cuboidal epithelium. Squamous epithelium is found on the skin and in the lining of blood vessels. It consists of thin, flattened cells that form a protective layer. Columnar epithelium is present along the lining of the stomach and small intestine. They are composed of vertically arranged, tall, cylindrical or column-like cells. The functions of this tissue include secretion and absorption. At some places in the body, for example, in the lining of the windpipe and oviduct, the columnar epithelium has developed cilia, that is, small hair-like structures. Such an epithelium is called ciliated columnar epithelium. The cilia, which is present at the free ends of the cells, keeps lashing and move the substances in its contact. Cuboidal epithelium are composed of cube-like cells with equal length and width. It is present along the walls of the salivary glands. The second type of animal tissues is connective tissues. The various organs of the body are connected with one another by connective tissue. They are present in all parts of the body in different forms. Connective tissues are made up of widely separated cells which are embedded in a non-living basic substance which is called as matrix. The matrix can be soft, fibrous, fluid or solid depending on the type of connective tissue. The functions of connective tissue is they support and bind different parts of the body. They give shape to organs, insulate the body against heat and provide a supportive framework for the body. In this figure, you can see the different forms of connective tissue in animals. Connective tissues are mainly divided into three types, that is, connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue and fluid connective tissue. These three types of connective tissue is again subdivided into different forms. Connective tissue proper is divided into two types, that is, loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is of two types, that is areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Dense connective tissue is of two types, tendons and ligaments. Two types of supportive connective tissue is bones and cartilage. The fluid connective tissue is of two types, blood and lymph. The first type of connective tissues is connective tissue proper. Under that category, the first type is loose connective tissue. These are distributed throughout the body, attaching the epithelial tissues to underlying tissues. They serve as packing and binding material for most organs in the body. The two types of loose connective tissue are areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Areolar tissue is a fibrous tissue with jelly-like matrix. It is present under the skin. It is a loosely organized connective tissue, and the cells in this tissue are seen scattered from each other and are separated by collagen and elastic fibers. Collagen is a naturally occurring protein and it lies in a semi-fluid matrix. Areolar tissue mainly binds the skin to the muscles. Adipose tissue is a fibrous tissue which contains a large number of cells filled with fats. These fat-filled cells are called adipocytes, and it is commonly known as fat tissue. Adipose tissues are present beneath the skin and around the internal organs. This tissue acts as a shock absorber and also forms an insulating layer. The second type of connective tissue proper is dense connective tissue. These tissues have more fibers than loose connective tissues. The two types of dense connective tissues are tendons and ligaments. Tendons are a band of tough fibrous tissue that attaches a muscle to a bone. They provide support to bones during muscular movement. Ligaments are a band of tough fibrous tissue that connects bones and cartilage at a joint or supports an organ, muscle or other body part. The second type of connective tissues is supportive connective tissue. They are strong tissues that provide support and strength to the body. Supportive connective tissues form the skeleton of all the vertebrates. Bones and cartilage are the two types of supportive connective tissue. Bone is a hard connective tissue and is a major part of the vertebrate animals. Inorganic salts of calcium, magnesium and phosphorus are present in the bone matrix that make the bones strong and rigid. When we observe the structure of bone tissue, it is mainly made up of bone cells, which is called osteocytes, which are located in special spaces. These spaces are called lacunae, and it is arranged in concentric circles. There are small canals called canaliculi which connect one lacunae to another. Bones are supplied with blood through blood vessels that are located at the center of the concentric rings of lacunae. This center is called as Haversian canal. Bones provide a framework to support our body and help us to move. It also protects the delicate internal organs such as brain, heart and lungs. Cartilage is relatively softer and more flexible than a bone, and it does not have blood supply. The cells of cartilage is called chondrocytes, which is present in a special matrix. Cartilage is found at the end of bones in between vertebrae around the trachea and forms the structural part of organs such as ear, nose, epiglottis and ribcage. It provides cushioning to the vertebrae and to the bones at the joints. It also provides flexibility, shape and support to the ears, nose and trachea. So in today's class, we have mainly discussed about animal tissues and the first two types of animal tissues, that is epithelial tissues and connective tissues. With this, we wind up today's class. Thank you.